This video is going to talk about how to create a site for your final project for dual enrollment. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to Google Sites to create one. And if you press on the waffle, as you see here, and go to Sites, you can click on the plus sign right here to create a new site. And it loads as you see here. So you're going to title your page. Here you're going to use your name in the untitled site in Digital History Museum. You're going to make a title here as well. And you're also going to need to make pages for each of the areas. So how you make pages for each of them is you come here and you add a page and you name your page, and you do it for each of the sections that you're going to be doing. So in my case, I created and I want you to remember that this is an abbreviated site, so it is not a full site like that you would be doing, but I wanted to show you how I did it. So I have here with my name, Digital History Museum. I put Modern History as the title, but you can make up any title that you want that reflects your website. And I wrote down each of the topics that I'm going to be addressing in here. And if you see, some of these are already linked to the pages. You can see the pages by clicking here and click on them here. Additionally, to make a link for the page, all you need to do is highlight the section that you're going to be linking it to, click on the link button, and link it to the page that you've already created. So I have a couple things that are already up here. It is not fully complete as of yet. And as you see here, I use the insert method, and I use this layout right here to have two pictures and two informational areas. So in this case, I picked a video that has an interview of Alger Hiss in the election of 1948. I found information online regarding this from some Gale sources as well, some online sources as well. And the YouTube video is okay to use this because this is a first-person interview of Alger Hiss, who was part of the House of Un-American Activities Committee, who tried him in 1948. So that is okay. Having a documentary about a topic is not okay, but actually having firsthand interviews, as you see here, is okay. And then I have a picture here, which is an okay source as well. So I'm going to go to another page and show you how I did this. So we're going to go to 1960s politics and social change. I already have up here the Berlin Wall with a personal photo, and now I'm also going to add some information from my second artifact. So what I'm going to be adding here is the March on Washington. So I'm going to put the title on here. I've already found a picture for this, but you can also find a picture online through here. If you click on the plus and go to select image, go to search, it will search Google and Life. So if I did March on Washington, then I could select a photo to go in there. And I want you to notice that down here it actually tells you where they got the image from. So if you take an image from the Google Sites search bar, I want you to click on this, and this is the actual site that you are going to be documenting when you do this. So you wouldn't be actually saying Google Sites, you would actually go to Flickr and cite this. Please use Citation Machine to do the citations for this and make sure it's as complete as possible. So I can show you really quickly how I would do this. Citation Machine is the only one that will do Chicago style for free. If you do some other ones like EasyBib, they will require you to pay for it. So make sure that Chicago is selected. Okay. And we are going to be citing a website. So I would go up here and get the URL. Search the website. Select it. Go to the final step. I apologize for the internet working a little bit slower today. Ensure that everything on here is correct. And then create your citation. Now, once you copy and paste your citation over here into bibliography, and I'm not going to be using this photo, so let me put the photo that I am going to use. I found this photo here from Gale Power Search, and I am going to save this image into my downloads. And as you see here, it says here, this image may be used for personal non-commercial purposes only. So we can use this for educational purposes. I am going to add this to here. And then I'm going to resize it. Now I want to add this picture's information to my bibliography page. So I'm going to go over to the bibliography page. And as you see here, I have each of the pages in a header format, and underneath it I have another header for each of the subjects. So I'm going to go down here, and I already have the Berlin Wall here. I'm going to go down here and put March on Washington. Gale gives you all of the information that you need for your citation. I'm going to copy and paste it into here. And these need to be indented correctly. So make sure that you indent it several times in order to do Chicago style. Okay, next I'm going to go back to the page that I was working on. And here I also need to write in the who, what, when, where, why, and how. And I'm getting my information from another Gale source that I already looked at. So if you look at these side by side, if I can find it. This is how I did each one of them. So I pulled out the who, what, when, where, why prior to it. So who would be Martin Luther King Jr. What? March on Washington. And this is all information that I'm getting from this article. When? We see it's August 28th, 1963. Where? It's in Washington, D.C. Why are they doing this? They're doing this to focus attention on civil rights and the need to create a level playing field for workers. So, for the civil rights of all and equality in the workplace. And how are they doing this? It doesn't directly state it in here, but they're doing this by a peaceful rally in the nation's capital with MLK giving the I Have a Dream speech. Okay, so now I have all of my who, what, when, where, why, and how. Now I can write this in a narrative format like I did prior to in the other areas. So I'm going to make this go to the left, and I'm just going to add it. So I'm going to say on August 28th, 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. participated in a peaceful rally in the nation's capital. And we're going to say in Washington, D.C., so we put the where in. By giving his I Have a Dream speech, the March on Washington was held to emphasize the civil rights and equality of all in the workplace. And as you see here, I just put all of my information in there in a narrative format. You don't have to do it exactly how I did it. If you just want to start writing the narrative, I just wanted to show you an easier way that you possibly could do it. I'm also going to make the pictures look similar in size as well. So I just got all this information from the article that you see here, and of course Gail has all this nice information for me. So I'm going to go to my bibliography once I copy and paste it, and I'm going to make sure that this is in alphabetical order, and it starts with an M. I'm going to go down to here. So it was March on Washington, so it's going to be right before this. I'm going to make sure that it is indented according to the Chicago style, and that is how you create your bibliography for it, as well as have your websites as well in it. You can use more than a couple of them if you wish to. So that's how you create your website with pictures as well as objects. It can be a personal picture, as you see here. You can find something on the web. If you can find some first-hand documentation, which will be a little bit more difficult because of the time period that you're working with, or you can go to museums as well. So that's it for this video, and good luck with doing